Go.
Have you all heard the news today about another young soldier blown away? And for a cause, of course, he knew nothing of, but told to go fight by some parliament toff. These men sent off to fight a war of illusion, under the delusion that there is no confusion, yet still not knowing what he died for. So, what did he die for? Is this a war on terror or just error of judgment? A begrudged government who just tried to outclass us, sending their scare tactics out to the masses, finding no stern retort from the lost souls of our soldiers who are fighting and dying, just because they told us that the heir to terrorism stems from the Middle East, when in truth our great terrorists are here holding parliamentary seats. How on earth do we still believe the webs of lies they keep spinning instead of realising just how fucking naive we're all being? Not seeing the truth that lies beneath that rain-soaked, wind-blown poppy wreath that we lay down each year for our fallen comrades who are given their lives killed by these arsenals of guns and grenades. And these latter weapons are the weapons that you fools actually use as tools to make money by going and selling this shit to those very same countries who are sending our men in 10 men at a time to be shot by the same hail of gunfire from a firing line that they've supplied. It's those lads lying there dying that you're lying to, while it's your own pockets you're lining with the guns, ammo, the tanks and their fuel, all produced and manufactured by you for a sustained, profitable duel. But soon, we'll become selfless and see through this mess and see sense and see how dense and relentless these senseless killings are leaving young boys, mothers restless and distressed, and yet the less that those mothers know the better, because the MPs can sit clever if they can start to learn to weather those storms that comes from those families, fathers and mums cries as those boys they fall. What will they say to explain to us all? They'll say, but look, we lost so few when you compare it to World War II. Well, you're right there, mister, who's playing at Prime Minister. Yes, we did lose less. But again, we lost more than if you'd never created this mess. It makes me angry to think of all these annoying things, like these fat old suited booted dickheads who are pulling our strings. Just puppets to these muppets and we can't break from the nooses. No excuses as to why they say we have no more uses. I believe we should unite against terror, unite against the Tories, the Libs and Labour, be run by kings like the past from this day forward and not by these politicians who just make our lives awkward. They pull stunts like this recession, causing depression and tension, not just stopping at the young, but also those on a pension. They invaded Afghanistan with no word of warning to our men, not for oil, but for opium that keep low-life addicts in heroin. Then, I mean, of course we need drugs to keep the economy stable, just so they're able to produce, no less, drugs that keep those fat cats fat, and our loser users useless at best. Then we attack Iraq for the oil, which we won't need soon, because our government say we'll use reusable fuels. So what's the reason they give us for killing? Maybe one day we'll know, but I doubt they'll be willing to give us the information we strive to know, because they can just spin us a line and create a show that still our people eat up as the truth and believe that our government give to us in these countries, yet do not receive. But whereas these diseases are needed to decrease the populations of our nations, what we don't need is politicians' ambitions of purer visions for countries not home to our own, so we can sleep easier in the know that our heroes are here defending our fucking throne. So of course we don't need wars, because we've got our own at home, whether it's raising a family or struggling to survive on your own. So come on people, let's find something we're living and dying for, instead of living in fear and dying at war. It's done.